Hi guys, today we're going to learn the part 1 of switching, routing and wireless essential, the practical part, practice, PT skills assessment, PTSA. So I'm going to start assessment. And now our packet tracer file is almost opened here, so I'll just have to give it some time. Okay, so this is the topology that we want to implement some functionalities as provided in the description part, and these are the description part. So what I'll do is just click on doc. Now it's on this side, so we can read this side and implement on this side. Alright, so I'll just read it on my own and embark on the practical part. So we can start. A corporate is planning to implement either channel a new VLAN designer to make the network more efficient. You've been asked to work on a design and prototype of the new network. You have created a logical topology, and now you need to configure devices in order to evaluate the design. You will configure VLANs and access port of VLAN membership on access layer switches. You will also configure either channel and trunking. Finally, you will configure router and layer 3 switch to route between the VLANs. Some addressing already been configured. Okay, so instruction part 1. Step 1, configure router 1 with the required setting. Open a command prompt window on router 1 and move to privilege exec mode. Copy and the following into router 1 CLI. So as instructed, I will copy all these. Copy, and here is our router 1, and as you can see, these interfaces are in shutdown state, so I'll just turn them up. So I'll just say enable config T interface range. This one is gig 00 and gig 001. Interface range gig 000 to 1. Now shut down, exit. Then the other interface is serial. Let me just check. Serial 01 interface serial 010. Now shut. Do right. Exit, and now we paste the configuration that we just copied and hit enter. Do right. Okay, it's just step by step. Be sure to enter a key after all the line to return to privilege exec mode. No problem. So configure the following on the router. Enable password. I'll just go to the router and say enable password. Let's say Cisco, and then console password len console 0. Password is, let's say, Cisco also. Then authenticate the user, login, exit, and then remote access on line VTY 0 to 15. Password Cisco, exit. Okay, and then banner MOTD, banner message, banner MOTD. We use any sign, then insert this the characters with, let's say this is router 1. This is router 1. Hit enter, and then host name host name according to the addressing table. So I'll go up and check the host name. So this is the host name. I'll just copy and return here. Click here and say host name, and I paste that one and hit enter. And then all clear password should be encrypted. Which command we use with service? Password encryption, just that one. Hit enter. And then interface, this one addressing, interface description. So first we're going to address this interface. I'll just copy it. Sorry, just a minute. It's interface gig 00, copy. So interface, and then it should be addressed gig 000. This is the IP address. Sorry, just a minute. Copy, enter. IP address, just paste the one that we've copied. Then the subnet mask should be /24 notation 255.255.0, and hit enter. You exit the interface, then you go to the other interface that we've been told is this one, serial. Copy, come and interface, paste, hit enter. Then IP address should be this one, copy, just come here and you paste, just a minute. And the subnet mask of this one, copy, paste, hit enter, exit. Now let's go down again. Interface description of the first of the two interfaces. So let's say this one, description, let's see where it's connecting to. It connects to layer 3 switch 1. This interface connects to MS switch 1, multi-layer switch 1. Exit. And then this one, description should be this interface connects to this one, connects to the cloud. Let's say this is a cloud, connects to the cloud, and hit enter, exit, do right to save the configuration. And now be sure to make the record of the password that you create. It's Cisco that we've created just a few minutes ago. Now basic configuration of the switch. Step 1, configure switch virtual interface 99 on switch 3 with IP address according to the addressing table. The switch 3 with SV high should be reachable from other networks. Okay, so no problem. So where is our switch 3 here? This is our switch 3. So we're going to configure switch virtual interface on this interface for remote access. Okay, alright. So I'll just click on the switch 3 that we've been told to configure SV high, and hit enter. Enable config T. Okay, and by default we normally use VLAN 1 as the SVI interface. So we've been told to use SVI 99, meaning we'll create VLAN 99. So I'll go back to the addressing table and check. So here it is, switch 3 VLAN 99. Okay, alright, so I'll just create interface, sorry, VLAN 99, and then does it have a name? No, it doesn't have a name, so we have to give it an IP address and a subnet mask. I'll just have to copy this one first, copy, then I say exit this one, interface VLAN 99, okay, no shutdown, then IP address, we paste that, and with the subnet mask of this one. Alright, so just have to copy, paste here, okay, so just separate, okay, and exit. Alright, so we've just entered the interface VLAN 99 for SVI. Okay, from other network. Alright, so configure secure remote access, a username of this one, password of this one, a key modulus length of this one, and other domains. So I'll just have to copy the password because I can master that one. So guys, we need to configure SSH here. To configure SSH, we follow an order. The first order is to create the domain. We'll just say IP domain name. It's this one, acard.pt, acard.pt, okay, and you hit enter. Then we create the username and a password. So username is admin, and a password of, I copied the password, so I'll just need to paste it, that one, and hit enter. And then now we create a crypto key generate. Just say crypto key generate RSA, and you hit enter. And what's the length? 1024. Hit enter. Okay, and now guys, we need to enter the line VTY 0 to 15 because there are 16 interfaces, and then we say login local, and then transport input SSH, and exit, and do right. So we've configured SSH on this switch 3. Okay, alright, so let's move down. So we configure VLAN configuration. Let's configure VLAN. Step 1, configure VLAN according to the tables here. So for switch 1, 2, for multi-layer switch 1, just a minute, for the 3 switches, this one, and this one, we should configure how many VLANs? 3 VLANs, VLAN 10, 20, and 30 in the 3 switches, this one, this one. So guys, basically what I'll do, I want to make the work easier. Notepad, create notepad, and create the configuration here and copy. So how to create a VLAN? We say VLAN 10, then we hit enter, then we give it a name. The name is FL1, then we hit enter, and just a minute, IP network. Okay, so we just have to pass it a little bit because this is a network, this is not IP address, just a network ID. Then we exit the VLAN, we exit, just a minute, exit. Then another VLAN is VLAN 10, VLAN 20 I mean. So let me just copy the two, copy, and I paste, and I copy this, copy, and I paste. So it's VLAN 20 and VLAN 30, 20, and here is 30. Okay, so the 3 VLANs will configure to the 3 switches, this one, and this one. So I'll just click this one and say enable config, and paste the 3 VLANs, hit enter. Oh, just a minute, it's VLAN 10 name, VLAN 20 name, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 of identical name. Sorry, we've just given the same name for the 3 VLANs, so I'll just say VLAN FL2 and FL3, and so I'll copy and paste again now, and as you can see it's now good. So I'll close that and I'll come back to switch 1, enable config T, and I paste and I close. I come back to this one, enable config T, and I paste, hit enter, I close that one. Okay, so what again, we need to configure how many VLANs, 3 VLANs to switch 3. Which switch 3 is this one? Okay, so it's 3 VLANs. The first one is 40, 50, 60, 40, 50, 60. The name is BDG4, BDG4, BDG5 and BDG6, BDG5 and BDG6, BDG6, and I'll just copy to switch 3, because as you can see here it's switch 3, but now these are network address, these are the network ID, not IP address. So we just come here and say paste just those configuration and exit. Okay, and now we need to configure management IP address to which interfaces? Switch 3 and switch 1. So switch 3 and switch 1. Okay, and now if I go up, I can see there it was 90.16, 99.16, and now here it is 60. So as you can remember guys, we have already configured a IP address to a VLAN here, VLAN 99, which was somewhere here. Okay, so I'll just name it to be management VLAN 99, name management. Okay, exit. Okay, so we need to configure management VLAN to multi-layer switch 1, which is this one. So I'll click and say interface VLAN. Sorry, we create the VLAN first, VLAN 99, and then what again? This is just a network ID, we can assign it, so we'll check further in the addressing table. Okay, so we've created VLAN 99 here, so the name should be management. Okay, exit, do right. Okay, so let's proceed to step 1. Okay, now this is step 1. Now this is step 1, just a minute. Now this is step 1. In switch 1, VLAN 10 should be assigned to how many interfaces? These interfaces. So I'll just copy in switch 1, and VLAN 20 should be assigned to these interfaces, VLAN 30 should be assigned to these interfaces. Okay, so what I'll do, how to assign VLAN, how do we do? I have opened the notepad to make the work easier. It's very easy. I have guys using notepad to paste redundant configuration in various devices. So how to assign ports to VLAN number, we say interface range Suppose there are more than 2 ports, you say range, but if it's 1 port, just say interface that port. Okay, then you hit enter, then you say switch port mode access. Okay, then switch port access VLAN 10 as given here. Okay, then no shutdown. Suppose they were in shutdown state, then you exit the interfaces, and now you proceed to the VLAN 20. So what I'll do, just copy this, copy, and I paste interface range 11 to 15, 11 to 15, switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 20. Then I proceed also, copy that, I copy that, then from 16 to 24, 16 to 24, switch port to access VLAN 30, as you can see here, guys. Alright, so what I'll do, I just copy this and paste to switch 1. Okay, make sure you are in global configuration mode, just paste, hit enter, do right, and do show VLAN, and as you can see, guys, VLAN 10, which is a FL1 from 7 to 10, VLAN 2, which is FL2 from 11 to 15, VLAN 30, which is FL3 from 16 to 24. Okay, so we move to switch 2. I think it's just the same configuration as you can see here. FL, which is 7 to 10 here, 11 to 15 here, 16 to 13. So I'll just paste the same configuration on switch 2. Make sure you are in global configuration mode, then you paste, hit enter. Okay, do show VLAN. Perfect. So I'll just cancel that. Then we move to switch 3. Now for switch 3, switch 3, I come here. Okay, for switch 3, for VLAN 40, from 1 to 5, interface range 1 to 5, 1 to 5. Okay, then switch port range 6 to 10. This one should access VLAN 40 here. Then VLAN 50 is 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 6 to 10, and then VLAN 60 is 11 to 15. I mean 11 to 15. Okay, this one should be VLAN 50, and this one should be VLAN 60. And now there's another VLAN that is called VLAN 99, and how many ports should access it? Only one. So I'll just say, let me push this one up, just a minute, press that one here, then you say interface. Now it's only one port, we don't use the range. Interface port 24/24, access VLAN 99. And now what we do, we just copy everything, copy, and we paste to switch 3. Okay, do right. Okay, alright, so what's again, so we have done part 1. So step 1, and then okay, so we need to configure either channel between for group 1 should be between multi-layer switch 1 and access layer switch 1, and group 2 should be multi-layer switch 1 and access layer switch 2, and finally group 3 should be access layer switch 1 and access layer switch 2. Okay, so we need to configure either channel, and now we configure them on these ports is labeled here. So let's proceed to read. Create either channel according to the either channel port assignment table. use the Cisco LACP protocol. Both sides of the channel should attempt to negotiate link protocol. Okay, both sides of the channel should attempt to negotiate the link protocol. Very important, guys. So we're using LACP protocol, which is link aggregation control protocol. For link aggregation control protocol, it's a standard protocol. All the products can use it, be it a Huawei product, Cisco, Juniper, HP, etc. So, and there are two modes here, which is active and passive. And we've been told both sides of the channel should attempt to negotiate the link protocol, meaning when we put active to active, it will form either channel, but when we put passive to passive, it won't form either channel. But now we've been told both sides of the channel should attempt to negotiate the link protocol, meaning we must make both sides to be active. Okay, so we need to start configuring the channel here. Let's start. Let me just finish this part, and then I check on. Okay, so we need to start configuring the channel here for step 1. So we start with multi-layer switcher here. Okay, all right. So we say interface. The first command to configure either channel, you enter the interface. Okay, interface range gig 1 0 1 to 2. Okay, then we say channel group. It's channel group 1, as you can see here, channel group 1. Then the mode should be active. And then hit enter. Okay, then what do? You just exit. Then you enter the logical channel, which is interface port channel 1. Okay, then you say switch port mode trunk. Okay, exit, do right. Okay, and guys, there's another one on the same switch. We need to configure how many the channel 2, group 1 and group 2. So we proceed to group 2 on the same switch, which has how many interfaces? These 2 interfaces from 3 to 4. So we just say interface from 3 to 4. Okay, and then channel group 2, as you can see here, this one, group 2, mode active. Okay, you exit this interface, then you say interface port channel 2, switch port mode trunk, exit, and do right. So we have configured either channel on this switch here. So let's go to switch 1. Okay, so it's a interface range gig 01 to gig 02, gig 01 to 2, then channel group 1 here. See here, mode should be active, hit enter, exit, then you say interface the logical channel now, port channel 1, switch port mode trunk. You exit, do right. Then let's check where we can configure either channel on the same switch again. Here, the channel 3. Here, as you can see here, this one. So we just say, just a minute. Yes. So it's there. So interface range. Now it is a FA0/5 to 6. FA0/5 to 6. Then we say channel group. Channel group. Which group is this one? Group 3. Here, see here. Okay, group 3. Mode active. Hit enter. Exit. Now interface port channel 3. Don't forget switch port mode trunk. Exit, do right. Okay, so let's proceed to switch to this one. Let's proceed to switch to. For switch 2 we need to configure how many the channel 2 for group 2 and group 3. Okay, so just say interface range. The first one is a gig, this one. It's gig 0/1 to 2, as you can see here for group 2. Then we say channel group 2. Okay, sorry, channel group 2 mode active. Okay, exit. Then we say interface port channel group 2 switch port mode trunk. Exit. Then we proceed to the last either channel, which is FA0/5 to FA0/6. So I'll just try to retrieve the above configuration. FA interface range FA0/5 to 6. Very simple. Just say channel group. Which group is this one? Now this is group 3. Mode should be active. Okay, and now exit. Interface port channel 3. Channel 3 switch port mode trunk. Exit, do right. All right, do show it channel. Guys, as you can see, do show you the channel. We have group 2 here and group 3 here. Okay, and as you can see, we are using LACP protocol as asked there. And how many ports are here? There are only 2 ports. Okay, right, so basically you just have to give this one time. You will see that either channel has been formed here, and both the ports will be in the forwarding state. They will be green. So let's just give it some time. Meanwhile, you can just proceed with the other questions. Configure trunking on the other channel. Configure the portion interface as static. Disable DTP on all. Troubleshoot an issue that prevents. We've been told to packet the controls and trunking both port channel and okay, so configure static trunk complex. So control so that is connected to static trunk. Configure management as the VLAN trunk. Disable. Okay, and then so we need to configure these two. So we just have to wait until the either channel has been formed here. As you can see, it's turning green and orange, meaning they are negotiating. Okay, so what again? So we proceed to step 2. Configure trunking on configure port channel interface as static, the port channel interface as static, and disable trunk. I think we've just configured the port channels as trunks, and as you can see, if I can just go to even this switch, you will see that I've configured these port channels as trunk. So what I'll do is to disable DTP. How do we disable DTP? We just say no switch port no negotiation. No, it should be switch port no negotiate. Switch port no negotiate. Just a minute. So guys, what we need to do is to enter the port channels, the interface port channel, which was interface port channel. How many groups do we have? Let me just check. We have group 2 and group 1, port channel 1. Then we say switch port no negotiate. Good, just say. And then another one is port channel 1 2, I mean switch port no negotiate. Okay, exit. Do right. How to configure DTP no negotiation. So we proceed to the other switch and we say interface port channel. Let me check how many channels do we have here. We have channel 1 and 3. Then we say switch port no negotiate. Then another one is channel 3. Then we say switch port no negotiate. Exit. Do right. Okay. Alright, so we proceed to the switch, this switch again. And how many channels do we have? We have channel 2. We have group 2 and group 3. So we say interface port channel 2 switch port no negotiate. Then another one is channel 3 and switch port no negotiate. Exit. Do right. Okay, so we proceed. Configure static trunk uplink on switch 3, which is this one. Configure port that is connected to router gig 000 as a static trunk. Let me just check this one. But this one is 001. I don't know why they are saying it's gig 00, but this one is gig 001. Gig 00 is this one. So what I'll do, I'll configure both this one and this one as trunk, and so this one is gig 00. Enable config interface gig 0/1. Let me just check. It's gig 01. Switch port mode trunk. Okay, do right. Switch port trunk native VLAN should be VLAN 99. Okay, exit. Do right. Okay, so we configured native VLAN here as directed here. Disable DTP on that port, so just click here. Okay, and it was which interface? This interface switch port. We just say switch port no negotiate. Okay, do right. Okay guys, so we're just going to the end. So I don't know why the either channel has not been formed between these two, because we really configure either channel here with the mode active. So I'll just have to check why. I'll just have to troubleshoot the reason as they have said here. And as you can see, they were sure that some errors will happen, and that's why they said troubleshoot any issue that prevent formation in the channel. So I'll just have to troubleshoot the issue here, and as you can see, channel 1 has formed in the channel, channel 2 has formed in the channel. Now group 3 has some errors, of which we'll troubleshoot here. So let's proceed to part 5, the final part of the question. Configure interval routing on the layer 3 switch. Configure interval routing here for all the VLAN table that is configured. Okay, configure switch port that is going to configure switch port on multi-layer switch 1 that is connected with an IP address as shown in the address table. Okay, no problem. So we need to do part 1. 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 Valence. Let's go up. Okay, this is now Valence, huh? Alright, so this is where Valence are. This is where Valence are. For VLAN 10, we just say how to configure interval routing using multi-layer switch. What do? We enter the VLAN interface VLAN 10. Okay, then we give the IP address. So the VLAN 10 should be this one. We copy that IP address, paste, and subnet mask of VLAN 10 as subnet mask of 2555. The /30, the /24 notation, and I paste that one. Okay, and they say no shutdown in case it is shut down. Okay, exit. Then interface VLAN 20. Okay, IP address, we give it IP address first. IP address is 20.1 and subnet mask of the same subnet mask. I mean, just hit enter. No shut, exit. Now interface VLAN 30. Okay, IP address of I know it's 30.1 which subnet mask of the same. Hit enter. No shut, exit. And now interface VLAN 99. Interface VLAN 99. Okay, IP address of IP address should be this one, 10.0.99.2, and a subnet mask of let me just give me some time. Okay, 255.255.255.240. okay, no shutdown, exit, do right. So we've configured intervalence on this switch here, interval routing. So what I'll do is just go back. I'll have to go back down and configure this interface to have this IP address. So which interface is that? Gig 111. Okay, that interface. Okay, so first, that's what we've been asked here. Let me just show you here. It's here. Configure this one. So we need to configure this interface to our IP address. What we do is now the first thing, we go up here. Now this the IP address that is anticipated here. I'll just say interface gig 1/11. what do? To assign IP address to a switch port, guys, you must issue a command there that is no switch port. So it's gig 11, just say no switch port and hit enter. Okay, to make it routable, we want to make it a layer 3 interface. Okay, remember this is a switch, and this is a layer 3 switch. It has a capability of routing and switching. So by default these ports are switch ports, and now to turn a switch port into a layer 3 interface, you use no switch port. Okay, now IP address should be 10.0.0.2 here, see here, and a subnet mask of /24 notation, which is 255.255.255.0. hit enter. No shutdown, exit, do right. Okay, so what again? So let me just go down. Configure a router and a stick on the router. We need to configure a router and a stick on this router here. So what I'll do, how to configure this one. VLAN assigned to use the information in the be sure to description of all interfaces. Okay, description of all interfaces. Okay, so we need to configure inter-VLAN routing using this information here, see here. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll click on this router here as directed, and Cisco, enable Cisco. Alright, config T. Alright, so we need to configure inter-VLAN routing. So to configure inter-VLAN routing on a router, use a router and a stick as a protocol. And to use a router and a stick as a protocol, we create sub interfaces. So the first sub interface that we've been asked here is gig 001.40. Let me just check this interface is okay. It's true. So just a minute. So interface gig 001.40, a sub interface for VLAN 40. Very simple, guys. Here, see here on the IP address is here. So just hit enter, and now guys we just say encapsulation dot 1Q the VLAN ID, which is VLAN number, which is 40. Okay, and now we give IP address to that VLAN. IP address is 10.0.40.1, 10.0.40.1, and a subnet mask of /24 notation, which is okay, 255.255.255.0. hit enter. Okay, and then you exit. Another sub interface, which is /.50, then encapsulation.1Q 50, IP address of 50.1. Okay, you exit. Another sub interface, which is .60, as you can see on the addressing table, and encapsulation.1Q 60, and IP address of 60.1. exit and do right. Okay, so let's check what's remaining there, because as you can see, there's a one remaining, 1.99. Okay, so one encapsulation.1Q99, IP address of IP address here should be 10.99.17. So here's 17 and here's 99, and the subnet mask here should be .240 0. So I'll just have to 24024. Okay, it's okay. Exit, do right. So let's go down to check what is the next. Let's go down to check what's next. Be sure to give a description of all the interfaces. Wow. So we just have to give a description. The first interface was this one, description. This is for management. This is for management. I'll just have to copy this one to save time. Copy, then hit enter. Exit. Another interface was .40, and I'll paste that one and say this one is for VLAN 40. VLAN 40. Another interface was .50, and I said this is for VLAN 50. And finally there was .60. This one is for VLAN 60. Exit, do right. Okay, so configure default gateway on hosts. Okay, right. Configure default gateway on all the hosts on the LAN. Verify connectivity on all of the LAN. Verify those can connect to the switch virtual interface. Okay, so this one is VLAN 10, and for VLAN 10 the default gateway should be, let me just check on the addressing table here. For VLAN 10, the default gateway should be the interface, the IP address on the interface of VLAN 10, which is this one. Copy. So I'll have to paste here, paste there. Let me try if it can ping the default gateway. Ping that one, hit enter. Okay, it's fine. So for VLAN 20, it should be 20.1. For VLAN 30 it should be 30.1. 30.1. Okay, for VLAN 10 is 10.1. As you remember, 10.1, no problem. For VLAN 20 it's 20.1. 20.1. For VLAN 30 is 30.1. 30.1. And now let me try to if it can ping default gateway of the VLAN 10. Check if the hosts can ping each other. Okay, it can ping, meaning it can ping any IP address. And can it ping .20.1? It's pinging, meaning the VLAN routing is working perfectly. So we go here for VLAN. Go here for VLAN 40, 50, 60, and 99, which are here. 40.1, 50.1. Let's proceed and say this one is paste there. 40.1. 40.1. This one should be 50.1. 50.1. And this one should be 60.1. 60.1. Okay, so and this one should be this one. Okay, it's fine. So let me check what's remaining again. Verify that house can connect to a virtual via SSH. So I'm going to try if SSH is working on this switch here. And just say here, SSH-L admin, which is the name and the IP address of IP address was this one. Yeah, was it really this one? Let me just check. Let me just check the addressing table. The IP address of the virtual interface. So interface VLAN 1. Do show start. Interface VLAN 1. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. Interface VLAN 99. I mean, it's this one. So I'll copy it and try here, which is it's this one. Paste. So as you can see, guys, SSH is working successfully, and now we'll have to place the password that was issued here. The password was issued somewhere this one. Sorry, let me just mark it, copy, and come and paste here. It, as you can see, now switch 3 is here. Enable. Oh, we have not set enable password on this switch. So what I'll do, I will set a basic setting on this switch also, as we did on the router. So I'll just here was the basic settings of a router. I'll do the same for the switch. What I'll do, I'll just enable password. Enable password should be Cisco, and then line console 0. Password should be let's say Cisco. Then login, exit, and then for the remote access we already set we've already configured the remote access. Let's say Bana MOTD. To save time, let's say this is switch 3. Okay, another one is hostname. Hostname has already been set. Encrypt the password, we use switch command, service password encryption. Hit enter, and that's okay. Do right. Okay, so we go again, enable. As you can see now, Cisco configured, and now we are in switch 3 from our PC 99. So guys, basically I think we have configured everything as required, and although the other channel has refused to form here, but we were told to troubleshoot the issue. But for the issue of time, we have limited time. I will not troubleshoot the issue now, but for your practice purpose you can try on your own. So guys, thank you. Let me just submit the test so that we can see what you have gotten. Submit assessment. So just have to see what you have gotten.